So now that Game of Thrones has finally come to an end, everyone has their opinions, including me. So I figured I'd make this video about that. Roll the intro. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I figured I wanted to wait till the entire season finale was over before I commented on the episodes, because I feel like you should always wait for things to be taken as a whole instead of just having an immediate reaction to every episode where maybe the next week kind of fixes things. And that's the case, I believe, in this one. So everyone first started off complaining about the first two episodes being too slow. And then one of the main complaints that I continue to hear is that the story moved along too quickly. So it's really like you can never win either way with it. And as much as people's opinions have been really negative, and I normally agree with some of the said people that are really negative about it, I really didn't find these final episodes that bad at all. I mean, we essentially got 6 full-length movies every weekend. And visually, some of those episodes, like the 5th episode, was just beautiful. I mean, it was some of the best looking TV ever. Comparatively, even I've currently right now, just for funsies, was going back and watching the series from the beginning. And just the amount of production quality that's been put into it is just freaking amazing. And like I said, when the 5th episode, watching the dragon fly around killing people and burning the city was just an incredible visual. And I think they happened to wrap up everybody's story pretty well. I mean, the final episode, a lot of things were wrapped up neatly, and I actually do like the way it ended. HBO wanted 10 seasons out of the show, and the writers wanted to end it because they're going on to write a trilogy of Star Wars movies, which, if you don't agree with the writing for this franchise so far, towards the end, then you're probably not going to like that one either. And I think this season could have been stretched out to 10. I think it should have been stretched out to 10. But again, if you're in the camp that thought the first 2 episodes of the season were boring and slow, then what were you going to expect when they stretched it out for another 4 episodes? I mean, Cersei herself was standing around for like the entire season. So what else would she be doing? I just don't know. I think the main problem with most people nowadays is they're just idiots. Nothing is good enough for anyone these days. We build up these media properties so high, and our expectations build equally with them, that no matter what they chose to do in the show, nobody was going to like it. Not to say that I totally agreed with the direction that the show went in, because trust me, there were some characters that were underutilized, and I feel like it opened up more questions than it really seemed to answer. And some of the characters could have went into more detail, aka like the Night King. It felt a little rushed towards the end. And again, this isn't a choose your own adventure book. You're not going to get everything that you want to happen. No show ever wraps up in a way where you're like, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with the way it went. Every one of these properties that just grow to this massive hit, this happens to, because of the internet existing and people creating their own fan theories that are obviously going to be better than the showrunners and the people who write it. If you give 1 million people 6 years worth of material, of course they're going to come up with better things that are going to happen than the show is going to portray. Some people I've seen even going so far as to say this ruined the entire show for them, just this last season. And I think that's bananas. The show, ever since about season 6, when they ran out of material to pull straight from the books, they've gone off in their own direction. I mean, some could argue as early as season 3 they started going off in their own direction. But to say it's ruined the show or to lessen it at all, to go back and actually watch this, enjoy it, like the way that I watch this, the way I consume this show, around season 6, and I didn't read the books. I'm not one of those book snobs like, oh, the book was better. Because you should know by now my stand on that. I hate that. It's almost like different material. I don't know why people compare the two side by side. My expectations were hampered essentially after the Battle of the Bastards episode. I loved the episode, but I feel like it was really, 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 really fan servicey. They started doing things to appease people more than going in George R.R. Martin's path of I just do whatever sounds correct, not trying to appease by anybody. And there's several interviews out there where he talks about he hates that in war movies the heroes always come out victorious because they're the heroes. He likes to keep it grounded that anybody could die at any time from things. It's realistically. And the show kind of started going into that heroism. I mean, it's blatant in the Battle of Winterfell episode where the main characters are fighting off hordes of people, and it's this started to feel like I'm watching the Avengers or something, man. And again, it changed it, but I can't completely disregard all the good that the show did and all the good that season 8 was. I mean, it was amazing. Some of the moments in it were just great. So overall, I don't hate it as much as some people did, and I don't love it as much as I wanted to. It's kind of just in the middle for me. I would give this a 7.9 out of 10 if I was doing a typical Mike Dags reviews. I was a bit underwhelmed, but it's not gonna ruin it for me. Like, overall story, if you compare everybody's character arcs, I loved most of them. John started off, feeling like he couldn't be part of anything. Now he's still feeling like he can't be part of anything. Daenerys was always crazy. Always. She was always crazy. Go back and watch the show again, and just watching with the preconceived knowledge that she's going to go crazy, and you go, oh yeah, you've always been crazy. You just needed a little push, like the Joker said. So overall, not bad. I liked it. So I think you guys should just stop complaining and stop with these online petitions. That doesn't do anything. Stop with this, like, you want things to be your way so much that you will disregard and not like and enjoy anything else unless it's perfectly acceptable. And that's the overall way our generation looks at things now. It's like, if it's not exactly the way I want it and exactly perfect, then I don't want it at all. And it's just like, man, can't anybody enjoy things? Like, I enjoyed it. I liked that season. I loved that show. Can't we just fucking enjoy it? Does everybody have to hate everything? Of course we do, because it's the internet, and that's just how it is. But thank you guys for checking out this video. I know the audio was the only thing present in this one. Bunch of issues. Things got a little wonky there, but hopefully you guys checked it out and stayed till the end. As you can see, my setup here is a little new and changed. And, well, we'll be coming up with some new videos and stuff like that for you, because I might make a video on how I make this bad boy and what I spent and how I put it all together. And, yeah, so stay tuned for the channel. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming up in the future in the pipeline, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.